Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I would like to present our research result entitled The Influence of Social Media Charitable Advertising Value on Prosocial Behavior Using Moderating Effect of Income. This research was work by our student, Deborah Dian, and supervised by Mrs. Putri Handayani and me, myself, Ave Pinem. This will be the outline of the presentation from the background until the conclusion of the study. Firstly, I would like to describe the definition of prosocial action, which is an action taken by someone to protect or enhance the welfare of other people, including purposeful action that help or benefit others, such as volunteering and making donation to others. And social media is considered as an important part in our daily life, and people have the tendency to move their interaction to virtual platforms such as social media and make social media as a powerful communication tools to inspire people in conducting prosocial action. Thus, charitable organizations can put their advertisement in social media, and they have to understood how to design a more effective advertisement to influence people in conducting prosocial action. That's why we conduct an evaluation to seek for previous research that analyze the factors that can influence or adding the value of the advertisement that can influence the prosocial behavior. However, no previous research that analyzed the influence of charitable social media advertising value on prosocial behavior with the moderating effect of income, especially in Indonesia. Therefore, the purpose of this study is to identify the factors that influence perceived charitable social media advertising value that influence user prosocial behavior by using level of income as the mediator variables. After conducting literature study, we found out that there might be four factors that can influence the value of the advertisement in social media, which are perceived informativeness, perceived credibility, perceived emotional appeal, and perceived creativity. Perceived informativeness is the extent to which charitable media advertising can provide useful and rich information such as the name of the campaign, uh, the use of the fund, and also other important information. Perceived credibility is the perceived honesty, believability, and the truthfulness of the content. The example of the implementation of the credibility in the advertisement, such as some data and also other facts that can be inserted in the advertisement. The third one is perceived emotional appeal, is the extent to which an individual can feel and understand the emotion of the advertising. So the advertisement has to convey a message that can influence other people's emotion when they read the advertisement. And perceived creativity is the extent to which the ads contain different, unusual, and unique, also original elements. These four factors are considered to be has an impact to the value of the social media. Value of the advertisement. Value of the advertisement is a cognitive assessment of the extent to which advertising provides what consumers need. And the increasing value of the advertisement in social media will influence the prosocial behavior of the social media user, which can be moderated by income. People with the higher level of income has a more chance to conduct prosocial behavior than the people with the lower income. After conducting the conceptual model formulation in the previous slide, we formulated the indicator for each variable and will be measured with a 5-point Likert scale from 1 strongly disagree to 5 strongly agree. The next step is to execute the readability test to assure that the online questionnaire is well understood by the respondents. The data was collected using questionnaire to measure each factors, using online survey, and the population of the study are Indonesia's social media users who have received a charitable social media advertising at least once. in their social media platform. The data will be analyzed using PLSM with Smart PLS version 3.2.8. The questionnaire was distributed online through social media such as Twitter, Facebook, Line, and Instagram during February 2020 to April 2020. There are a total of 1,515 valid respondents, and the demographic data of the respondent can be seen in the slide. Then we conduct internal consistency reliability using Cronbach alphas and composite reliability, since the data is collected based on people opinion. And this reliability test was necessary to evaluate any biases of people opinion for each indicator. The Cronbach alpha and the composite reliability threshold was 0.7, and all indicator has met the criteria. And then we conduct the analysis for the hypothesis testing using the smart PLS tools, and all the hypotheses were accepted with p-value less than 0.05. The first hypothesis, which is the influence of perceived informativeness to perceived value, is accepted. Informativeness of an advertisement is an important value to raise the intention to donate. The informative message include the name of the campaign information, donation step, as well as an updates on the use of the fund. The second hypothesis is the influence of perceived credibility toward perceived value is also accepted. Therefore, the credibility of the advertising message needs to be highlighted. When the argument is well illustrated, believable, with convincing evidence and data, the assessment of credibility done by donors could possibly improve. And the third hypothesis, the influence of perceived emotional appeal to perceived value, was also accepted. The emotional appeal of charitable social media advertising is used to convince potential donors that their donation will have a positive impact. The fourth hypothesis, which is the influence of perceived credibility toward the perceived value of the advertisement, is accepted. Creative advertising on social media will attract consumer attention and encourage them to express positive evaluation of the advertisement. A more creative, original, and inspirational approach in delivering charitable advertisement can motivate potential donors to perform desired act. The fifth hypothesis, which is the influence of perceived value of the advertisement to the prosocial behavior, was accepted. The effectiveness of social media advertising can influence the prosocial behavior, which is the intention to take part in the campaign or the advertisement. And for the last hypothesis, income is found out to be the moderating role on the relationship between perceived value of the advertisement toward the prosocial behavior. Individuals with higher income level tend to take prosocial action, even though they perceive less value on the charitable advertisement. This can be supported by the finding that different income levels have different perception and different user behavior. Also, individuals with a lower income level have limited access to financial resources to be donated to the program that advertise in the social media advertisement. The theoretical implication of this study is to confirm that the perceived informativeness, perceived credibility, perceived creativity, and perceived emotional appeal has influence on the perceived value of the social media, and also the income level as the moderating variable between the relationship between perceived value to the prosocial behavior. And for the practical information, the NGO or the charitable organization has to design the advertisement to have a rich information such as the campaign name, campaign objective, the step of the donation, and also the use of the campaign fund. And with the credible evidence and data, and it can also be improved by partnering with a credible organization. The advertisement can also be delivered in a creative way and to also can influence the emotional appeal to the customer or to the user of the social media, so that they have a motivation to conduct the prosocial behavior. In addition, the advertising service provider and also the charitable organization can make a targeted advertising to a segmented target with the certain level of income, since we found out that the higher level income has more influence to the prosocial action intention. The last agenda is the conclusion. Based on the result of the data processing and data analysis, it can be concluded that the perceived informativeness, perceived credibility, perceived creativity, and perceived emotional appeal has a positive impact on the perceived value in the social media advertising. Moreover, perceived value of charitable social media advertising give a positive impact on prosocial behavior and moderated by income level. And for further research, it can be evaluate other factors that can also improve the perceived value of the advertisement. And future research can also conduct an experiment to measure the informativeness, credibility, creativity, and emotional appeal of the advertisement. That's all for the presentation. Thank you for your attention.